Hey, welcome in. Well, I said the NHL would be the last one, the last sport that I stopped watching. And that's if they joined in with this crazy boycotting stuff and the crazy social justice stuff going on. But they have, and they've decided not to play games in solidarity. Well, here's the headline from Global News. NHL suspends games in solidarity with anti-police brutality protests. And that's the narrative there. These are anti-police brutality protests. The narrative is that the incident that happened to Jacob Blake in Milwaukee was police brutality. I mean, let's see what ESPN had to say about it, about the NHL as suspending its games. Here, NHL playoff games on Thursday, Friday called off, action to resume Saturday. What do they say? Blake was shot 7 times by police Sunday in Kenosha, Wisconsin, as he attempted to enter the driver's side door of his vehicle. So that's not what happened. So this is, yes, he was. We don't even know if he was trying to get in and drive away. It seems as if the evidence seems to point to he was grabbing a knife, which is a deadly weapon in close quarters. So what were the... Of course, that doesn't go well with the narrative, though. The narrative has to be nice and clean and neat. They just shot a guy for no reason while he was trying to get in his car. Well, what happened was he's a wanted felon for serious crimes. Somebody called the police to come and deal with him. They tried to arrest him. He fought with them. He went to the car. He reached in, grabbed a knife. They told him to drop the knife. Witnesses heard the police saying, drop the knife, drop the knife. And what ended up happening to him is what would happen to any person from any background who does that. But that's not the nice, clean story of police brutality that mainstream media wants you to know about. It's much better just, it's police brutality. We're all against that. Everybody's against police brutality. That's the thing. Nobody wants to see anybody get shot or paralyzed or killed. That is not what this is about. What were they supposed to do? Here in this global article, what do they have to say? The NHL has postponed all of its playoff games scheduled for Thursday and Friday in the aftermath of the police shooting of Jacob Blake, a black man in Wisconsin last weekend. So here's the narrative. Police brutality, they just shot somebody. Is there any context? Is there any mention of what actually happened in this article? Of course not. Of course not. They can't give you that. They can't. Because it's not part of the narrative, the nice, clean narrative that's nice and safe for them to run. And they won't get angry letters from crazy leftists. So anyway, and by the way, there is no context in here. There's none. There's no context in this article. It's all just along the same narrative. Is this about hockey? You know what? I don't really even care. It's kind of a relief. It's more just... I just was kind of been watching hockey out of tradition, really, to be honest. I don't even find it that interesting anymore. I've been finding sports in general less interesting over the last decade, to be honest. I actually find just watching like old classic boxing matches on YouTube way more interesting than watching the NHL playoffs. So, now that and I said that I was gonna stop, I was gonna drop the NHL if they went in with this. I'm doing that. I'm staying good to my word, but I tell you what, it actually feels good. It actually feels good. I can read, I can learn some more about all this stuff that I'm talking about. That's a good idea. I'm rereading 1984 right now. And let me tell you, it's well worth it. It is well worth it. Read it carefully. You'll just see the parallels with modern society, with what the left is doing. All over the place. It's actually shocking. It was intended as a warning and not a handbook, but I think it almost is being used as a handbook these days. And that's the point, is that there's way better things to do with your time. Even just wasting your time, there's way better things to do, things that are more enjoyable. Just go sit in a park at sunset or something. Although, with the way that police are being treated, it probably isn't safe to sit in a park anymore. Hey, if you could subscribe, like, and share, that really helps me out. Thanks a lot. But hey, there are much better things you can do with your time. What is sports anyway? It's a waste of time. I don't know any of those people. Somebody wins a game. What do I really get out of it? Nothing. They don't know me. They will probably never deign to speak to me in the first place. Most of these guys have been treated like royalty since they were kids. They're always at the top of whatever league they were in. Why should anybody actually really waste their time with it? And that's not to say, to be fair, it's not to say if there's like Nadal Djokovic final at a major or something like that, I'm not going to tune in. Maybe I will. And I still like boxing. I'm looking forward to the Lomachenko match coming up. But these sports leagues, I'm just done. I'm done with it. Again, there's much better things I can do with my life. I can call up an old friend. I can read. I can write. I'm working on a novel. I got to finish that thing. I've been working on it forever. I can make more videos. How about that? Although, probably not everybody's going to be happy about that either. But, so what? But anyway, my point is, I'm going to be good to my word. I'm done now. Playoffs are on. They're starting again on Saturday. I ain't watching. And here's the thing. This stuff has leached into every part of our culture. Every part. Okay? So movies, TV shows, music, now sports, obviously politics. Mainstream media is steeped in this stuff, in this leftism. This is one aspect of it. This inversion of justice is just one aspect of it. It's all over. It's soaked into everything. And here's the thing. If you don't like it, you got to stop feeding it. You've got to stop giving it your money. The stuff lives on money. That's how it survives. You've got to feed it with cash. Do you think Nike is supporting all this stuff out of the goodness of their hearts? No, because they figure it makes some money. Until it becomes not profitable. Until sports leagues look at the bottom line and players look at their paychecks and go, yeah, this ain't what it used to be. Nothing's going to change. We're going to keep going down this insane road. So for me, it's, any entertainment I can't watch a woke show anyway because it's just too awful. It's so gross, So it's not really a problem for me not to kind of watch that kind of entertainment. But I'm certainly not going to support that kind of stuff. I'm not supporting organized sports anymore. Probably forever, because I really do think that probably life is a lot better. You can do much better things with your time than sit and goggle at the TV. In terms of, mainstream media, well, my little tiny island here, I'm going to keep shouting from it. Until until they shut me down, which is probably going to happen at some point. But anyway, I'm done with it. Done with the NHL. That is my sacrifice. Which it turns out is not really a sacrifice at all. Anyway, thank you very much for tuning in. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe because the algorithm tries to hide this kind of content from you. It doesn't want you to see it, so you got to subscribe if you want to see more. Liking and sharing really helps get around that algorithm too, and I thank you for that. If you just want to listen, there's Radio Baloney, the podcast. It's on Google Podcasts and Apple Podcasts and Spotify and Spreaker and iTunes and a million more. If you look for it, you will find it, Radio Baloney. Also on BitChute, Minds, and Parler as well. Parler is a great place if you want to ask me to do a video on just any subject, really. I'll take a look at it, and I'll take it very seriously. Thank you very much.